3 methods to expand your Airbnb short-term rental to a new market. Part 1. Where is the best location in the United States to open an Airbnb short-term rental? And where can I find the locations that deliver the highest revenue? And last, how do I know if the Airbnb market is seasonal for the best occupancy rates? I'm about to share with you my 3 methods on how I find the best Airbnb short-term rental markets that are out there to avoid low seasons and get the highest revenue for the year. Remember, this is the channel that provides you an all-access pass to everything cash flow, capital, and credit by ensuring you have the right financial literacies for business success. Stop saying I'm in a side hustle and start saying I'm open for business. Let's dive in. Did you know that the majority of all Airbnb guests only want to stay at your location for 2 nights? Did you know that they only want to travel and drive a maximum of 2 to 3 hours to get to your place? And when they get there, they don't want to stay and spend all their time indoors inside of your location. No, they want to experience the destination. I'm about to share with you my 3 methods on how I find the best Airbnb short-term rental markets that are out there. Take it from me, I'm an experienced host, Edward Bilder. I'm a real estate investor, entrepreneur, coach, educator, engineer, and a father of 4. And I'm about to share with you my 3 methods on how I find the best Airbnb short-term rentals that are out there. This is going to be part 1 of a 2-part series, so let's get it going. To find the best markets, it all comes down to 4 P's. The letter P is all it takes 4 times, all right? People, places, path equals position on the map. People as in high volume of customers, places meaning attractions to an area, and a path for them to get to you, a mode of transportation to find that direct position on the map where the hot zone is, where the best locations are that deliver the highest revenue and avoid seasonality. I'm going to dive into this deeper for you, starting with people, because when I start my expansion, I always start by asking myself, where are all of the people, right? Where are all of my customers? And once I understand what my target customer is, because remember, I know exactly what my customers want. They only want to stay 2 nights, and they only want to drive approximately 2 to 3 hours. And when they get to the location, they want to be able to do outdoor activities, because in most cases, my customers, where the most people are coming from dense areas. And what do we know about dense areas? Dense areas are usually where the cities are. So step 1 of finding all the people is simply by looking at a map of your state, okay? Or possibly a neighboring state, right? What you're looking for are 3 major populations or 3 major cities that are in your area. For example, I live in Pennsylvania, so Scranton, Philadelphia, and in this case, New York City would be my neighboring state, 2 states away, but it's my neighboring state where the other 3rd city is. Basically, what I do is I open up a map and I draw a big circle connecting those 3 cities, and inside of that circle is where you're going to find that hot zone. Now, simply drawing a circle is not good enough. We still need to find the hot zone that is within that circle, all right? So remember, the second P is places. And when I say places, I'm actually talking about attractions within the area. When we say places, we're talking about things like lakes, national parks, maybe trails, historical landmarks, beaches, and possibly ski resorts, right, for that seasonality. Now, if you're in an area where you have ski resorts, that will certainly open up the opportunity for you to have a higher occupancy rate in the winter months. And if you're in areas like, say, Phoenix, Arizona, you're going to have lower occupancy rates in the summer months, right? See how those things are opposite? So finding places in Arizona with things to do in the summer months are very important. So when you're drawing that circle on the map, it's more than likely going to be trails, national parks, and historical landmarks that draw you to those areas in the summer. In the winter months, in areas in the Northeast, it's going to definitely be the ski resorts. So within that circle, put an X on all the ski resorts that you found on your map. It is best to use things like Google Maps to do this, and in part 2 of this series, we're going to dive straight into a Google Map and show you a real example on Zillow on how to find one of these locations. Wow, I'm revealing all of my biggest secrets in this video. Remember to hit the like button and become a subscriber to join us for future videos and future content. Hit that bell notification if you want to be notified every time I come out with a new video. And if you want me to go into more depth on anything in this video, leave a comment down below. Remember, the fastest way to growing wealth is to bring others along with you, so share this video with all of your friends and family. Let's get back to the video. Okay, the third P is a very important P, and this is path. Remember, this is a mode of transportation to get to your destination, to get to your location, all right? So an airport and a train station can be a mode of transportation as long as there's rental car service or Uber service in the area, right? But in this case, when I'm talking about a path, the most important path that we should never forget are your major highways. This is a big factor in looking for those hot zones, because the further you venture away from a major highway, the more complicated it becomes for your guest, and it results in a less desirable market. Remember, guests only want to drive 2 to 3 hours to get to your location. They want to take a major highway to get there, and they do not want to get lost in their path, because when they spend those 2 to 3 hours in a car, they don't want it to turn into 5 or 6 hours by being lost and having to go off of the highway, right? Because they just wasted a day on their 2-day trip that they wanted to stay with you, all right? Not to mention that this creates so much difficulty when you're trying to find cleaning services and internet services, and most importantly, setting up your property is not easy the further you get off that highway, because furniture delivery becomes very expensive and very complex, all right? So we'll save that for a whole other video, but when you're on the map, try and find major highways that are closest to the ski resorts and all of those destinations that you just put an X on. All of those places that you just found, find the highway that's closest to a cluster of them, and your hot zone will be very near that cluster, more than likely closest to the ski resort or closest to the lake, where they could have pleasant views while they're staying with you. So by combining these 3 Ps, people, places, and path, you will find the ideal position on a map to open your next Airbnb short-term rental. Remember to join me for part 2 of this series. We will dive into my computer, open up Google Maps, and find a property on Zillow, analyze that property to show you how it has the best returns for your short-term rental, your next Airbnb venture that you're out there searching for that market. Right here's the channel to help you find it. And remember, if you are starting an Airbnb business for the first time and you need my help, go to the description and join my email list. It's free to do. Just enter your email and hit subscribe. You'll get a notification telling you that you've signed up. I always send out free downloads and free templates of things that I'm doing currently with my B&Bs to help you in your business. And remember, I do still have, for a very limited time, a crash course available that helps you start an Airbnb business. I am merging that crash course with my master course and will no longer be offering it. So it will only be offered for a limited time. You could find that in the description right now. It helps you get into the Airbnb business with a $50 bill and learn to cash flow in 3 business days through Airbnb, earning an extra $5,000 to $10,000 each and every month. So grab that crash course before I merge it to my master course, and it will no longer be offered at such a great price and great value. And if you want to set up a one-on-one coaching session with me, you could also find me in the description. I hope you all take these actions and join us on part 2 of this series. I will catch you all on the next one. Bye for now.